What up, it's me, Jers, obviously. But I'm making this video today because initially I was going to make this video channel members exclusive. But as I thought about it, and kind of the combo we go over today is pretty basic, I figured this would be a really good preview for what channel members will be offered. Going forward, I am going to start making more exclusive channel members only content, interviews, more in-depth breakdowns, lab sessions, you know, just kind of more of those behind the scenes type of stuff that you'll kind of probably would like to know, maybe, if you care. And the tutorials and everything like that are just generally going to still be available for everybody. But the How to Lab series, which is the first episode, what you're seeing right here, it's basically going to be a way for you guys to see how I practice left stick dribbling. I'm using Tyrese Maxey. Shout out to Shoe Collector. He had a great video on bag work. I was going to do this before that video, but I was like, let me just say Shoe was not stealing, was not copying your flow, brother. Maxey, to me, he has a nice dribble style. He's a new player, you know, because typically the same players always use, you know, Steph Curry, Kyrie, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's players with different dribble styles. So I wanted to kind of experiment and see what was available in Tyrese Maxey's bag. And honestly, he's one of my favorite players. The way he's really playing, like being able to watch the Sixers game, I really like his game. So like, you know, I was like, you know what, let me find something new to like work on in 2K. Now I'm very rusty. I haven't worked on left stick dribbling since I dropped the video, which was about 3 months ago at this point. And I'm not as sharp. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. This video is not really meant to even copy the combos, but it's just a visual representation of what learning and getting the control for left stick dribbling should look like for you. So it's just a reference video, right? You can use any combo. This method is just how you figure out pretty much any left stick move. It's also a great way to kind of train yourself to use it in game. Because I talk about a few things like right stick, initiating with the right stick, instead of just trying to left stick only everything. The other thing too I will say is I didn't really know how I wanted to do this video, so I was going to do just live commentary and talking and labbing, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't talk and lab. I'm not one of those people that could just like when I lab, I'm quiet, I'm locked in, you know, like I'm just trying to focus on my timing. Yeah, that it just didn't work out for me. But you know, I know going forward what I'll do is I'll lab and then I'll go over and break down what I'm looking for, what I'm trying to do here and things like that, blah blah blah. So this video is going to be like, you know, after I get done talking, because right now this is the edited version of me. I'm just going to give you guys a live commentary, but it's going to be broken up in bits and pieces. Please don't pay too much attention to what I was talking about. If you would like to know a follow-up or what I was referring to, just drop a question in the comment section below and I will explain. But like I said, this is a new style of video for me, so I'm trying to figure it out. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Now this is just a preview, so this means that this is going to be a preview for the rest of the series. The next episode is going to be a more advanced combo, and that's going to be channel members exclusive. I'm making this public just so that if anybody is interested in joining the channel, that they know this is the type of content that, you know, will be in store for them this year. Again, it's not going to be this. It's not going to be it's just not going to be this. It's going to be other content as well. But this is just one of the first pieces of content that, you know, I was sitting back and I was like, you know what, the channel members deserve a little bit more. So the tier that you need to subscribe, I will put it in the comment section below, and also the link and all that stuff if you want to become a channel member. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You could enjoy me yapping about whatever at this point, but again, just enjoy the lab session, watching it, and you know, as I get the left stick dribbling down again and knock the rust off of it. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'm JerseyMade93. I'm out this time. Peace. All right, so again, I'm rusty, so I'm not going to be as good. We're not going to show the entire practice, right? We're going to just break down some parts of it, because we have to kind of show how to practice more than just the perfectionism of left stick dribbling. So I was talking about this on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, which is fine, I'm rarely on there. But I talk about the biggest mistake a lot of players who are trying to get into left stick dribbling make is that they just try to use left stick only for pretty much all the dribbling. And you absolutely can. I'm not saying it's like it's not possible, but it's not the most effective way. It's not the most effective way to dribble in general, and it's not the best way to use the left stick system. It's for two reasons, right? If you look at somebody like E-Money, which you should also follow him. E-Money is like a younger, less handsome version of me, and he basically is the best left stick dribbler in 2K. Best post player. He's the most skilled player in the sim community. E-Money always initiates with their right stick moves. He can do left stick only combos for sure, but his best combos start with right stick moves. I'm gonna have E-Money on here. He doesn't know this yet. I'm going to beg for him to come on here and bless y'all. So, please, y'all, like, this is how much I support y'all and like I rock with y'all. I'm about to go beg this man to come on here and try to get some of his insights because and then we're gonna try to implement the way he practices or the way he labs and try to do kind of like a visual because his PC broke down on him and he isn't able to make content this year or right now, excuse me, but he's still nice at the game, so we were talking about initiating with right stick moves, right? So we first have to look at the right stick system. So when you are dribbling, you kind of have multiple animations, even though it's the same animation. You can control the speed of your crossover. See how he's slowing it down? And I know this might seem stupid, but that absolutely has a huge impact on a left stick move that you're able to do. You see how we kind of changed that combo up? Again, this is how we're able to access left stick moves consistently, and this gives you more control. If you can consistently do something, you have control over the animation. That's when you could bring in combos and branching and counters and things like that. Now, one of the issues is that a lot of people don't understand these right stick moves have their own tempo. So what happens is when they try and do left stick moves, they're not paying attention, even though they're using the same directions on the left stick or using the same angles on the left stick. They're not getting the same animation, and then they feel like the system is too random, and it's not. It's just they're not really paying attention to the animations. And right now it's just experimenting with Tyrese, right? Getting his launches down. And then you experiment with different you start experimenting with different counters, you start experimenting with different angles, different tempos. And then we're gonna find one we like, and then we're gonna like try to combo it. So from there we're kind of getting like this double move, but I'm kind of canceling out of it. Again, we're just experimenting right now. And this helps you just kind of start developing a little rhythm with the left stick. A lot of people kind of have the misconception it's all about the direction and all that stuff. This system is basically mostly on timing and rhythm. Like, I'd rather, if you never played or used a player before, I'd rather you have great rhythm with the left stick than the greatest direction. That makes sense. Cancel out of the behind the back. Try to get my rhythm back for the in and outs. Two double moves. Again, you gotta look at the tempo of the right stick moves. You have a lot of control over the dribbling. I think that's the thing that creates a lot of frustration with the dribbling system, is because of the amount of control we have. There's so much more in the user's hands, and that's why people get frustrated. They feel like the system is unfair. So it's like a little blend. I wouldn't really use that though. And that's a nice little hezzy right there. So again, you start developing a little rhythm. I'm not really sure which combo I want to work on yet, so just experimenting, seeing what his animations are. Trying to get a feel for the animations. So I'm just gonna go back to his whatchamacallit. Just want to confirm this for people that don't understand. This is disabled passive hand switches, Lord, because I got accused of that so many times, because they'll see like this walk back animation, and it's not like an animation I even like practice, and they'll go like, oh, like how did you trigger that? And it's really, you just like feather, it's just a feather. Like if you're already walking, you just continue to feather, you just kind of rotate it slowly. That's just kind of how it goes. But let me just talk about some of the mistakes. Let me show off the mistakes of left stick dribbling first, to kind of get us started. So the first thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be out here just dribbling as fast as possible, like no control. You don't want these type of like just trying to go as fast as possible. Like that's not the left stick system has finesse with it, right? It's not about speed, it's about timing. So you gotta know your timing more than anything with the animations. You know, it's really for counters. That's what makes a person that's really good at the left stick system really tough to guard, because these animations are really precise. They set up right stick moves, which, you know, once they start, you really have no way of stopping them. That's the difference. That's so ugly. I don't like that at all. But, you know, the left stick system, like that's just timing, you know. I don't know if I'll do that animation. So you don't want to be out here like this trying to like that's just out of control. Like that's like, you might end up doing something, but if you end up doing it, like you're not going to be able to replicate it because you were just wild. Because the left stick system sets up, like each move sets the next move up. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just randomize the animations like that and then, you know, and then expect to be able to do it consistently. That's when you have control something like that. Wow. I don't know why he didn't step in for a I don't know why he didn't step in for a layup. But you know, just starting off with a between the legs, going to that cradle. We talked about that in the video. Going to a cradle, and then boom, and then boom. That's just timing. So in that time you'll develop once you take it slow, right? So this is where we get into getting better at the system. Just 2 moves, right? So just whatever it is, just do 2 moves at the same time, like just back to back. So the thing that's changing this, again, we talked about the right stick animations, the speed of them. So that was the direction I messed up on. You're doing the front cross, so that's how that's triggering. But like, for example, if I want to trigger a hanging tween, I'm gonna start it behind the back. Let's start out behind the. Let's talk about like an animation that we can start comboing. So let's just work on one of them right there. That's all. You see how I was able to do this multiple times? This is labbing. This is what lab work will look like. Boom, 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 boom. This is control. Boom, boom, boom. And then once you have control, you have muscle memory. And then when you're in a game, it's just second nature. Most people are not going to be able to guard that. But to the left, I got it down. I just got to work on it to the right. Okay, got to speed it up. All right, there we go. Now we got it down. So again, practice is about mistakes. It's about figuring out the system, getting a feel for it. So now I understand the speed. I got to move the right stick. I got to move it a little faster. So you figure out your own problems with the left stick system as you practice. A big problem that a lot of people have, and it's obvious with some of the comments that they leave, is that they're just not practicing the system correctly, or just not practicing the system long enough. A lot of people just feel like, I saw a tutorial, I should be able to get it. But that's kind of like a newer 2K community thing. I'm from the older 2K community where we didn't have tutorials. We didn't really have a lot of information. You had to be on the forums to maybe learn something new. But for the most part, people wasn't really sharing like gameplay tips and, you know, how to do the stuff that we're doing now, like at all. And you just kind of was left to your own devices. And so the best way to get better was kind of having a more like real life approach to practicing. So that's how I got better at 2K. So like I just would work on things, right? So I would just be able to work on making shots consistently, or whatever, you know, the move and timing, and trying to increase the speed of them or whatever, even though it was a very limited game compared to what's out now. So now that we kind of have a little bit more control over the animation, now let's look at kind of this combo. So boom, boom. And now what I want to do is I want to do that same combo. I want to add a shot creator move. Once I feel like I have a combo down, then I'm going to try to do a shot creator move. This is not going to be a super long lab session. It's just going to be something quick so I can upload basically 4K footage. It's tough to edit. It's tough to edit. It's tough to collect, and it's a lot on your PC. So, you know, I'm going to try my best to keep them relatively short, and then, you know, go from there. So the thing that's, I'm not getting that exact double move crossover launch with it because I am moving the left stick a little too slow. So again, and then I gotta make the shot. I'm not gonna make the shot. I feel like I will make the shot once I get off. But this is, again, then we have some, now we're developing control with the rhythm here. That's rushed. I gotta make this shot, man. I'm okay with this because, you know, it is a quicker animation. even if it's not the front cross. But you know, just gotta let the animation play out a little longer for the front cross. God, I finally do the combo, but he doesn't do the whatchamacallit, between the legs. It's too early. I would have caught somebody though. It wasn't smooth. I messed up somehow. But when you talk about labbing, it's really this. It's going over like small details and, you know, trying to get like these really intricate timings down. That really what separates you from a lot of players who just don't have the same level of control in the game. So again, this is how we start developing combos and we start developing control. We do boom, boom. We got the double cross, but I went too wide. Now that's fine. And honestly, this alone would probably catch somebody, but that's not what we're looking for. You gotta commit to it. This was closer to the combo we're looking for. Yep, that's the combo. It could be a little cleaner, but I'll take it. It'll get better as I continue to practice for the next couple of days. And then as you see, it's starting to look like a mocapped. It's starting like a mocap session, right? It's starting to look smooth. But I'm going to try this combo. Is going to be like the switchback, and then going into that. But I'm gonna try to make it smoother. The reason why I always practice shot creator counters or finish them off is because that just makes the combo easier, and it makes it more second nature when I'm in a situation and it's like maybe they played it well. You never try to just always, like, to me, you never just lab finishes at the rim, because like that's typically not really going to be game like. So you have to lab like if somebody counters it, or you know a timing for it, so you know what you could do if, you know, for some reason they play that well. You never just want to act like, oh, I'm just going to be open on the second move. Confident. All right, there we go. So then we go from his switchback. Boom, 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 boom. And then that. All right, so if I'm having trouble with the second move, I'm not going to continue to focus on doing a whole combo. I'm just going to focus on the part that I'm struggling with. So, all right. So then we're just going to continue to repeat that to get the stop. We're just looking for the stop. So we have to feather out of this. Okay. And then once we are able to consistently do a stop, then we'll go into his moves. I could have got that one, but essentially this is a similar combo. So we're just using this for change of speed, and then we're going into our step back. Like, it's very difficult. I can't tell you when to press the button, or when to move the left stick, or when to feather it. Like, you just have to lab enough until you like understand the moves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, I wish it was like, oh, you can move it at this time, or I can't even explain to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible to really teach. You know, 2K didn't even really give us a breakdown. We had to figure this out on our own, me and E-Money. Like, we didn't even have a tutorial. Like, I wish I had a tutorial. Like, oh, like, the most I could do was ask, yo, E, how'd you do that? Like, you know, this and that, da, da, da. But, like, even then, like, the way he was telling me, like, yo, just move the left stick this way. I'd be like, I'm doing that, but it ain't like the move ain't triggering. But it was, but then with more time, I understood what he meant, and it eventually clicked, and I got like able to do all of the moves he was able to do. But so this is kind of the combo. That's what I'm looking for. I just got to make the shot. So then I'll just spend the next couple hours working on the switchback, boom boom, and then going into the shot. Yeah, I won't get a straight line unless I go there. I can't use every launch. I have to use a very specific launch for that. All right, well, at least I know. And I don't think you can take it's just a part of the animation, that extra dribble, but it's all good. But this essentially would be the combo, one of the combos. Again, we was doing something basic, wasn't gonna do nothing too crazy, and we're gonna continue to go from there. Now, and then when you slow down, that's when you'll be able to discover the animations that are more so hidden. So like right here, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that just looks like a, but again, this is basically the ball wrap. And that was the other thing with the tutorial. A lot of people didn't understand you could use the same input, but it's not going to look the same for every player. It's not like the right stick system, right? Like when you assign certain right stick moves, they kind of just like all look alike consistently. But with the dribble styles, they're very unique. So this is like the same thing like when I showed the push cross into a behind the back, and then you can kind of go from there. And to replicate it, we gotta get this animation now, and then once we know we're able to do this consistently, then we just have to find the angle, direction, and timing for the behind the back move. Always change with a defender in front of you. You could replicate. That's where you can start having control, and you can I just gotta make there we go. So again, all you have to do is work on replication, and once you get down, could do a move consistently or combo consistently, then you work on counters, and this is how you develop your bag with left stick dribbling and continue to get better. So again, just something basic, so the main thing we try to replicate it was, okay, we start behind the back, and then that goes into this hop. So this is the move that we want to access. Once we're in this animation, we know we have a rhythm to the counter for the behind the back. Then we're using this as a launch to go into our step back, and that is how you get better with the left stick dribbling. This is just, again, day one, whatever. I wasn't going to do no advanced combos, nothing like that right now, because again, right now we're working on control, and that's the thing that I have to get better. Right now we're just working on control, and that's the thing that we're going to try to do these moves consistently. These 1-2 animations, try to do them consistently. That's all you got to focus on. Build on that, do it multiple times. Once you're able to do it multiple times, then you're going to be able to replicate, then start building on counters, trying to experiment with like, using the left stick a little faster, or maybe trying to add in a stop or a slow down or in and out or anything like that. So those again are going to come with time, but for day one, just focus on 1 or 2 animations and build from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this How to Lab series. This is just episode 1. I'm gonna have this ready for you guys probably by Sunday or whatever like that. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys rock with this series. Let me know in the comment section below, like, yo, Jers, keep this going. If this is something that you don't really care about, I will stop it. I'm trying to give you guys the content that you're looking for, while also being fair with my schedule and all of that stuff. All right, so I just want to say thank you again to everybody that supported the channel, that is supporting the channel. the people to, you know, in the future that is going to support the channel. Thank you guys so much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to make this content. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. So thank y'all. I love y'all. Peace.